Hey friends, welcome back to another video on my new channel here. We will have various videos. We are not sticking to one particular content. It's going to be everything. So today I am making shrimp tacos. These are so easy, but before we get started, let me just tell you I cannot take credit for this recipe because it is not mine. My best friend is Colombian and she gives me so many ideas on different types of tacos to make. And I have some more friends that also give me ideas, so I can't take credit for it. It's not mine. I didn't come up with it, but I did kind of like add my own tweaks to it. So you can actually make it similar to what I'm going to do, or add whatever you want to add to it. It just depends on your taste and your liking. So all you need to make shrimp tacos are going to be corn tortillas, shrimp obviously. The shrimp is sold at Walmart and it's sold for $5. I am going to show you all of that, but since my tripod is not that high, I can't stand up in the kitchen and talk to you at the level of my lens, so I'm having to sit down. And so I already filmed that part, so I am going to show you the shrimp. The shrimp that you should get is going to be, it's in a blue bag, and the small shrimp are $5 even at Walmart. I had to get the medium because they didn't have the small, and so they cost $6.58, which is a little pricey, but at the same time I stayed under $10. My goal whenever I'm cooking a meal on a budget is to stay under $10. And so what I did get today was, I already had the seasonings and the olive oil, so I bought the tortillas, which is the Mission brand corn tortillas. They ran, I think they were about $2. I got the shrimp, they were $6.58, and I also bought one avocado, one jalapeno, one lime, some cilantro, and also one tomato. So these may be things that you already have in your refrigerator. If not, the produce part of this is just really cheap. So my total for everything that I purchased today was $9.57. It only takes about 10 minutes to make these tacos, and you can make them for a quick dinner during the week. You can add a side to it. I didn't because I actually made them for lunch for my husband, and so I was taking them to his job just so he can have a light lunch because we are going to have a big dinner. So it's just up to you. You can have it for a Saturday snack or a quick meal during the week. If you don't have a lot of time to cook, it's definitely a good quick meal for dinner. Alright, so let's jump into the video and I will show you everything that I purchased and how to make these quick and easy tacos. And again, it's not my recipe. I cannot take credit for it, but I can share it with you because it's the shrimp tacos that we love to eat in my house. Alright, so
okay, so here's everything that you'll need. I have some Old Bay seasoning, garlic salt, garlic powder, lemon pepper, a jalapeno, of course that's going to be by choice, avocado, one lime, one tomato. There is some olive oil back there, and then I have the Mission brand corn tortillas and the shrimp. Now just remember that shrimp cost a little bit more. They were out of the small ones. The small ones are they are exactly $5 at Walmart. These were $6.58 for the medium, but for everything my total was still less than $10. The tortillas were about $2, and I bought cilantro as well. It's just here in a bag. And so all I bought today was the shrimp, the vegetables, the tortillas, and the cilantro, and everything was less than $10. Had I been able to get the $5 shrimp, it would have been less than $7, I believe. So super cheap meal to make, and it tastes so good. So let's get into the next step.
So once you wash your shrimp, what you're gonna do is get a big bowl like this. It's super easy, guys, I promise. I have my shrimp on a cutting board. What you want to do is you want to peel all of the tails off of the shrimp because you don't want to cook it with that. And the shrimp are about this size, but the smaller shrimp, the ones that are $5, are usually, to me, they're just, I think some of them are about this size. So what I do
is I just cut these in half and I just throw them in the bowl, in the big bowl. So if you end up getting the large shrimp, you're gonna have to cut them in threes, but the small shrimp and the medium shrimp, you can definitely just cut it in halves. And what I'm doing is I already did half of it to save time for video purposes. I didn't want the video to be super long. I'd already cut half of them, so I just cut half of them and I threw them in there, and then I'm just cutting the rest of them. So you'll see just cutting these in half. And like I said, I already washed them and took all of the tails off. Alright, all done cutting. So I'm going to rinse my cutting board off because I do plan on using it again for the vegetables. And I'm washing my hands. Okay, so now that that's all nice and washed, I'm going to put the knife right there. So next what you're going to do is you're going to take your Old Bay seasoning and you're going to just season your shrimp. You can put as much as this as you want. This just depends on you, how much you want. Also, I always add a little bit of lemon pepper, garlic salt, and garlic powder, but definitely put garlic powder. These two are just if you want them, which is the garlic salt and the lemon pepper. So I need one more thing over here. So I just open the big side and I pour. If you have never had Old Bay seasoning, it's really good, and it costs about $3. It's not expensive. So as you can see, and it has a little bit of a kick to it. So not spicy, but it does have a kick. So once you add your Old Bay seasoning in there, all you do is just stir it up. And I can tell that I want to add a little bit more because it's just not enough by me looking at it. I'm going to figure out a way to fix my tripod so that you guys can see it more. I'm going to add a little bit more. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my other ingredients as well. So while you are stirring this, what you would need to do next, I like to saute the tomato as well as a little bit of jalapeno. Now I like spicy, but my husband doesn't like spicy, and he can tell if it is in there. I mean, he doesn't like complain, but he just doesn't care for like spicy. Can y'all see how much seasoning I'm putting in here? Because we like seasoning in my house. We like seasoning. So let me see if I can zoom in so you guys can see more. Alright, so here I am. I'm just stirring it up. And these take about 5 minutes to cook, not long at all. So I'm just stirring that up, making sure they're seasoned all over all of the shrimp. After you do that, that's it for that. It's so simple. So next up, what I'm going to do, I already washed my tomato. I'm just going to slice it because I am going to use this to saute. And I'm just slicing it. You don't need very much. Some people like to add tomato to the taco after they're done. I personally don't. Not on my shrimp tacos. Any other tacos, yes. And I don't add like a lot, but just enough. And I'm just slicing it down here, cutting it both ways, and then cutting it sideways, and then it automatically falls off. So when I throw the tomato in the saucepan, you'll see how much tomato I add to it. And what I'm also going to do is add some cilantro. So I didn't wash it yet, so I need to wash it now. And I just You know, you buy this whole thing for 38 cents, but you really only need like this much, my opinion. So I'm gonna wash it out. And I'm just going to slice it, and you'll see when I throw it in the saucepan how I'm gonna saute it with it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing with the jalapeno, but I'm adding a very, very small amount because, like I said, my husband does not like spicy. So I'm just going to wash it off again. Alright, I already washed it, but I'm just going to give it another wash. And I'm just putting very, very, very small amounts. I personally love spicy. Daddy, no. Okay, so on the cutting board here, you'll see that I have the tomato, the cilantro, and just a little bit of jalapeno, but this is all to your likings, and I'm just gonna mix this up, and then what I'm gonna do is saute this in the pan before I add the shrimp. This just gives it more flavor, so you're not just eating shrimp and seasoning. And what you saute the pan with is going to be your EVOO, your extra virgin olive oil. I'm actually going to have to use vegetable oil for my tortillas because I didn't realize that I didn't have another one of these. But we eat these quite often, so I should have known to buy another one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat the I'm going to heat the stove, and then I'm going to put it on medium, and when this starts getting hot, then I'm going to add the vegetables here and just kind of stir them around, but I am going to show you that part. So I'm just adding just a little bit to cover the bottom of the pan, and then I'm going to add my vegetables in just a second when I notice that this is starting to get hot. And then in another pan, which is right over here, I have this on low, and you can use EVOO, which is the extra virgin olive oil, for your tortillas, or you can use vegetable oil. If I had a lot of EVOO, I would use that, but since I do have a full bottle of vegetable oil, I'm just going to use that for my tortillas. Be very careful when you are doing this step because these tortillas will start to pop on you. So you don't need very much. And what you do is you just flip the tortillas back and forth for like a minute or two, and then they're done. So I'm letting this get hot. I have it on actually low because I don't want it to start popping on me, because normally it does, and I don't want that to be on camera. So I have it on really, really low right now. My saucepan for the sauteing is just about ready, so I'm going to add the vegetables. Okay, so you'll see I added a very, very small amount of the tomato, the cilantro, and the jalapeno. So please bear with me, guys. I'm going to figure this out so that I can film cooking videos for you guys better. It's just kind of hard to do it by myself. If my husband was here, he could definitely hold the camera for me, but he is at work, and I'm getting ready to take him this for lunch. Actually a late lunch. So I do this for about 2 to 3 minutes just so that it can cook and get to the right sauteing. I don't even know the exact words. And like I said, I cannot take credit for this recipe because my friend actually gave it to me. And I'm sure there are a ton of people that probably make this similar, if not the same way. I know there's probably several ways you can make shrimp tacos, but this just, my friend told me it's just like really, really good, really fast. And that Old Bay seasoning is everything. So this has been in here for a few minutes, not very long, but it looks like it's ready. So I'm going to go ahead and just add the shrimp now. So you see I added the shrimp. You just pour the shrimp in there and you just stir it. I currently have it cooked on medium low right now. I don't want it to cook too fast. And the way to know when these are done is because they just turn an orange color, and it's really, really fast. It does not take long at all. But I just let this cook while I'm making the tortillas, and as we were sauteing the tomatoes and the cilantro and jalapeno, remember the saucepan for the tortillas with the vegetable oil is it should be hot. If not, it's almost hot, so we can go ahead and start making those. So now what I'm doing, I just took one tortilla and I'm just gonna lay it in there, and it will start bubbling, as you can see. And all you have to do is flip this over. Now the texture of the tortilla, like if you like it soft, if you like it crunchy, this all depends on you, so you can leave it in however you want. We make ours in between a little bit crunchy and a little bit soft. But also, if you want to make tostadas, you just leave it in longer and they're going to be straight. I don't hold the tongues on mine to make them into the actual taco shape, because they turn that way anyways when we eat them, when my husband eats them, and he just rolls them up. So all you do is you periodically just flip this over, and it does not take long to cook at all. And then I already have a napkin and a paper plate so that the oil can soak into the napkin, so you're not having like a really greasy tortilla. So I'm gonna flip that now. There we go. And I just let it cook on that side too. If it starts bubbling too much, just turn the heat down. And then I'm moving back over to my shrimp. You'll see the shrimp. Oh my gosh, it's fogging up the lens. There we go. You'll see the shrimp is just about done. You can see the color, they're shriveling up, and they're cooking really good, and they're smelling even better. So this meal is super fast, guys. And it's really inexpensive. Now you can add other things, beans and rice and all of that. I'm not doing that right now because it's just a quick lunch for my husband and for me and Peyton, because it's just us two at home. So I'm stirring that up, and I'm going to let them cook for a few more minutes. So I'm going to go back to the tortilla. So basically you just go back and forth, back and forth. So you just go back and forth, back and forth. And if you see that you think that you want it a little bit crunchier, all you do is you just keep flipping. So this tortilla is almost done, so I'm going to go ahead and get my plate so I can so that I can take this one out and put the next one in. Checking on the shrimp over here. They're doing really good. I think they've been in here for about 3 minutes now. Not long at all. And look how fast they cook. Sorry if the lens is fogging up because of the steam. I'll just leave this little spatula right there. Going back over. So what I'm going to do now is just continue to make some more tortillas, and then I will show you the final taco at the end. I don't even know what I was going to say. So let me get these done, and then I'll show you the final product. Okay guys, so this is what your taco is going to look like at the end. I already added the shrimp. Like I said, you can make it as a tostada. It's up to you. And at this point, you just add whatever you want to it. If you want to add shredded lettuce or cheese. At my house, we don't too much put lettuce on our shrimp tacos. On our beef tacos and our steak tacos, we do, but on our shrimp tacos, we don't. So what my husband does like on his is avocado. I've already sliced it here, and not too much. And then what I'll do is I'll squeeze just a little bit of lime on there. You don't really need to add any taco sauce to it. You can if you want, but you don't have to. So I'm gonna just wrap these up in some foil and take them to him. But I need to sample first what I'm giving to my man before I'm giving it to him. And I can say the final taco is pretty good. So definitely give this a try if you guys have never made this. And if you are someone who says like, I can't cook, I don't know how to cook anything, I promise you this is the easiest thing to make. Inexpensive. It's so fast, less than 10 bucks, less than 7 bucks really if you get the $5 shrimp, and it's so good. And then anything else you want to add to it, like I said, cheese, lettuce, it's up to you.
So I'm going to finish this taco. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to eat this before I hop in the car and go take my hubby some food. I love you to the moon and back, and I will see you later. Bye.
Bye.